Good evening, Vietnam. What's going on, everybody? Just going to let the chat breathe for a second, make sure that everything sounds good, looks good. Everything is opening up the wavelengths here. Going to check in with the moderator here, make sure everything is lined up perfectly. I just got done doing my lip trills, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the lips, the teeth, a little bit of acting school. And moderator, let me know if you can hear me, if you know that I'm going and that I'm live. 1 second, bear with me. Bear with me. I am going on live. There's anybody else? Okay, good. Wait, that's me. Oh, you're on my account. Okay, that's fine. The moderator's on my account, not the moderator's account, but that works just fine. Okay, cool. We're all here. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. I'm your host, Maxwell Miller, and thanks for being here with me. I really enjoy doing these live streams. It has been fun. This is live stream number 5, and we've been on this Neville Goddard train right now. He is someone who has definitely influenced and changed my life and my thinking and my belief systems in many, many different ways. And so I wish to share that with you and share what I've applied and what's worked and share what I'm continuing to apply and to learn. And we're going to be reading from his book, Feeling is the Secret, which is right here. But this is all of his books, which I've read all of this. But we're going over Feeling is the Secret at the moment because I think that's the one that he's most famous for, is Feeling is the Secret. And it's short, it's sweet, it's juiced with so much good stuff inside of it. He talks in kind of parables sometimes. He's got an interesting way of talking, Neville. So that's why I'm here to read it, and then we'll talk about it and break it down. And I invite all of you guys, as you're in on these live chats, to like pitch in, let me know what your thoughts is, how you're resonating, what questions you have as I'm reading this. And then just any questions you have about life or your manifestations or your dreams or about your belief systems, about yourself, about the world, about me, anything. It's all up in the air. So I don't want this to be like stuck on just, reading and sharing, even though that's what I think I'm going to base these live streams off of for a while, because I could do that for a very, very long time with all this and the amount of knowledge that is in this book that I can share with you. It helps me so much to be able to share it and speak it out to you guys and teach it and share it with you guys. It helps me just as much as it helps you guys. So appreciate you guys all being here. And I hope that you could just, start to enjoy these live streams. Like, I do these at about 6 o'clock, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, I mean, if you want to just kind of, make a little note to self that that's when they're going, do these for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And it's a lot of fun. And I want to get to know you guys too, get to know my followers and subscribers and people who are interested in the things that I say and do. It means a lot to me, especially at the beginning parts of this channel, for you to be here and to subscribe and be a part of these live streams and put in your 2 cents or just say what's up. Let me know who you are. Like, let's start a open conversation as we continue to get into this. So hopefully you reserve this time, a little block of time, to get in a nice blanket, get warm, cozy, have yourself a drink, as I am. It could be whatever kind of drink that you want, whatever floats your boat, whatever kind of relaxes you into the night, especially today's Sunday night. So whatever's relaxing you into Monday is what's meant to be. So cheers, everybody. Without further ado, we'll get into it. All right. So if you haven't been following along for the past few live streams, we've gone through the first chapter of Feeling is the Secret, called The Law and Its Operation. And now we are moving into chapter 2, which is sleep, and how sleep can aid us in our manifestations and help us to impress the subconscious mind even more. So without further ado, let's get into it. Story time. All right, chapter 2, sleep. Sleep, the life that occupies 1/3 of our stay on Earth, is the natural door into the subconscious. So it is with sleep that we are now concerned. The conscious 2/3 of our life on Earth is measured by the degree of attention we give sleep. The conscious 2/3 of our life that we're awake is measured by the degree of attention that we give to sleep. So sleep's very important. I know a lot of us love sleep. I sure love sleep. If you love sleep, Let me know in the comments. This is for you. Hit the like button and subscribe. Our understanding of and delight in what sleep has to bestow will cause us night after night to set out for it as though we were keeping an appointment with a lover. With a lover. Again, back to we talked about how we need to treat our subconscious as not our slave, not as something that we're like vigorously commanding like it to tell it what to do, but to treat it like a nice, gentle lover. Treat it as we would our lover if we want them to help us out with something, basically. So let's keep moving on. All right, here's a quote. This is from the Bible. I don't know where. I'm sorry. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. So let's get into that and see what he means. It is in sleep and in prayer, a state akin to sleep, that man enters the subconscious to make his impressions and receive his instructions. In these states, the conscious and subconscious are creatively joined. The male and female become one flesh. So I guess this is like the conscious and the subconscious mind making love to each other as we sleep. That's kind of a cool way to look at it. To give birth to our dreams, to give birth to our visions, to give birth to what we want to create in our lives currently. So let's read that again. It is in sleep and in prayer, a state akin to sleep, that man enters the subconscious to make his impressions and receive his instructions. So you're giving the subconscious the instructions as you're falling into sleep, as you're in that state that is akin to sleep. It's just that drowsy state that right before you fall to sleep, where you're like right on the verge of falling to sleep, but you're not quite there, but you're drowsy, or even maybe like starting to like doze off or beginning of a dream or something. And this happens when you wake up in the morning too. Like if you're still like kind of dreaming as you're like awake, but you're kind of like asleep and you're going nodding back and forth, that is the state that we're wanting to go towards. And that's the state that you can also shoot for when you're meditating. I mean, you could do this at any time, but it's easier when you're about to go to sleep, because it's just the most easy for your body to get vulnerable and relax and get into that ultra relaxed state. But you can also do that in meditation too. So just keep that in mind. Okay, sleep is the time when the male or conscious mind, because the conscious mind is the male aspect of our consciousness, the conscious mind turns from the world of sense to seek its lover or subconscious self, the female. The subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him, has no desire to change the conscious, waking state, but loves it as it is and faithfully reproduces its likeness in the outer world of form. So this book was written, a little while back, so don't take it to heart, that part about the subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him. I'm sure, men can do the same thing. We're not saying that that's not possible, but don't get caught up in that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just like the way he talks and when this was written and all that kind of thing. So subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her, doesn't change him, has no desire to change the conscious waking state, but loves it and is faithfully reproduces its likeness in the outer form of the world. So again, like we were saying last time, that conscious mind or the subconscious mind is a respecter to no human. It's unconditional. It doesn't care what you want to create. If you're having negative thoughts and negative belief systems, and you're lying in bed before you go to sleep and you're worrying about the day that is to come in the morning, or you're pissed off about the day that you just had and you're just going over all this negativity, well, you're going to take that into your sleep, and then you're going to impress the subconscious with that, and then you're going to start reproducing and outpicturing those negative things that you're already experiencing and perpetuating them on and sealing them even further with your instruction to be experienced in your world over and over and over again. And we always wonder, like, why do the same things keep happening to us? Why does the rich get richer? Why does the poor get poor? Well, it's because of our belief systems. It's because of the way that we think. So we have to make sure that we, again, pay attention to the thoughts that we're thinking, the beliefs that we have, the feelings that we have, and make sure that we're not going to bed pissed off. Make sure we do whatever we have to do. If we have to exercise, if we have to go for a walk, call a friend, meditate, do breath work, journal, whatever the case may be, you need to do that before you go into the sleepy state. Because if you don't, then you're just going to continue perpetuating those thoughts, and then you're going to be continually wondering why bad things keep happening that you don't prefer in your life. It's all you're doing. And the subconscious is going to do it because it's unconditional and it respects the conscious mind. It doesn't want to change the conscious mind's mind. So just keep that in mind. Hey, what's up? Morgumi. Howdy. What's up, man? How's it going? Man, woman, whoever you are, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for saying howdy, man. Hope your night's going great. Hey, if you want to kick back, do some Neville Goddard. Going good. Awesome, man. Grab a drink or whatever and enjoy some Neville Goddard talk. We're just here to share the laws of the universe and so that you can apply it in your life and help your manifestations go a little bit better, help your state of being to be stronger, and help you to be more self-expressive in your life. So definitely stay tuned and hit that subscribe button if you want more of that. I got a lot of YouTube videos coming out. But cheers, man. Howdy. Glad your night's going well. All right, let's continue. All right, yes. Marries her. Okay, sleep is the time when the male, did I say this? The subconscious? Yes. All right. The conditions and events of your life are your children formed from the molds of your subconscious impressions in sleep. Whoa. Okay. There we go. Cheers, man. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you chatting in, man. I've been trying to get more and more people to chat and not be afraid. There's no, wrong things to say, no bad questions. We don't only have to talk about Neville Goddard or anything. We could talk about, me or you or things that you're manifesting or things that you're changing in your life, belief systems you're changing, things that you're struggling with, things that you've been overcoming lately. We could put it all here and we could talk about that. So it doesn't have to be all one lane. We're going in a lot of different ways here. So just want to make that known and clear to everybody because this is a very open conversation. So yeah, it's my pleasure. Yeah, I'm into all this to try and get back my soulmate. Oh, nice, man. Okay, well, we could get it so something that you could do is as you're going to sleep, and we'll get into this more in the chapter, but you can start creating in your imagination that you already have your soulmate back right now. So whatever feelings that you want to imagine in your head that you want to see out pictured in your reality, you could start creating that, and you got to make sure that you feel it. So you want to create a strong enough imaginative state and an imaginative scenario while you're in this drowsy, sleepy state that we're talking about here, because that's when you're going to be able to impress the subconscious mind. So if you want to reminisce on some of the great times that you had with your soulmate, or even better, probably some brand new times that you've never had, just the perfect scenario, whatever that might be. I mean, Neville Goddard gave the example in his books a long time ago that if you're wanting to have a wife or a husband, then, having the imaginary act of putting on a wedding ring or putting on a wedding ring to your significant other that you're wanting to court is a good, just simple imaginative act that you can feel vividly. So you have to be in the first person and not in the third person. So if you're watching it like it's a picture or like it's a movie, then that's the difference between right or doing it right and doing it wrong. You have to be in the first person and experiencing a first person. So you have to literally put the ring on your soulmate's finger or have whoever put it on you or whatever the scenario is that you want to create. And that's just an example. You can make it as powerful in whatever infinite amount of ways that you can create in your mind. You could do that. So, yeah, absolutely. Cool, man. I'm glad you're feeling this. So you do that and you just keep recreating it over and over and over until it has all the sensory vividness of reality and you feel it as deeply as you can, because feeling is the secret. And that's the book we're reading right now of Neville Goddard's, is Feeling is the Secret, because it really is the secret to the universe and everything that we want in our lives. So you have to make sure that you feel it as strongly as you can. Just continue looping that until you go to sleep. And then when you're in the morning, and you could do it, daydream throughout the day. You can create affirmations around that imaginary act. You can create, affirmations about the fact that you already have your soulmate back presently. Because if you're saying to yourself that you want to get your soulmate back, that implies that you don't already have her or him back. So if there's any gap between having it and not having it, then you're going to get into a little bit of a trouble, a bit of a sticky place. But there's also growth. So we don't have to get stressed about it, if we're not at 100% feeling and belief that, for your example, that you have your soulmate back. You just have to get into the state of being that you have him or her back right now, and you have to live as if you do and act as if you do and feel the feelings that you would feel if you did have her or him back right now, because all time is now. There's no future, there's no past. It's all happening right now. The future self, your future self who has this soulmate back, is already existing, and that's already literally happening, not out in space, not in some spiritual realm, literally physically happening right now. And so that's how you can start to convince yourself that it's actually happening right now. And if you can just convince yourself that you already have him or her back right now, that it's already happened, so you don't have to get them back, you already have it, it's already happening right now, then that's how you're going to close the gap between those timelines to where you meet up with it. You just got to continue acting as if. So let me know if that resonates. Let me know if that helps you. And let me know in future chats if you've applied that, how you're feeling, how you're doing with it, and if it happens. For sure. And yeah, it's her, by the way. All right, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for the clarity. So let's continue. Yeah, stick around. There's going to be a lot of help in this chapter here. Okay. So the conditions and events of your life are your children, formed from the molds of your subconscious impressions in sleep. So again, like the subconscious, it gives birth to your children. It gives birth to your manifestations by what you impress, by what you impregnate with your conscious mind, the subconscious mind with, and that becomes your children in this way of speaking. And he's getting all of this from the Bible, which is super dope. All right, so life are your children. Well, yes. They are made in the image and likeness of your innermost feeling that they may reveal you to yourself. So again, you have to feel it as done right now. If there's any like, oh, it will be, or I hope it is, then that's going to just muddy the waters and it's going to take longer and you're going to get into frustration. You have to find a way. And that's why the tool is creating that in your imagination so that you feel it as much as you can. But you don't even need that. If you can just somehow like snap it on, then if you're feeling it and you're acting as if and you feel like it's already done, then you don't actually need the imaginary tool, the imagination, these techniques that we're talking about here. This is just the bridge to help you to get to that place. So they are made in the image and likeness of your innermost feeling that they may reveal you to yourself. As in heaven, so on earth. That's from the Bible. I'm sorry I don't have the verse, but that's the quote. Let's keep going. As in the subconscious, so on earth. As in the subconscious, so on earth. So in your reality. So as you see it, as you feel it in your subconscious as done, and even the fact that you can imagine it means that it's real, because we can't imagine anything that isn't actually in some way, shape, or form real in some way, shape, or form in reality on earth or just out there, just in the physical reality or the non-physical reality. If we can imagine it, that means it's real. That means it's happening, because all time is now. So there's no future and past. So everything that you want, everything that you are already exists. So whatever you have in your consciousness as you go to sleep is the measure of your expression in the waking 2/3 of your life on earth when you're awake, because you're asleep about 1/3 of your life. Nothing stops you from realizing your objectives, save your failure to feel that you are already that which you wish to be, or that you already are in possession of the thing sought. So again, you got to be in possession of the thing that you want. You got to be the person that you want to be right now, because it all exists right now. You don't have to wait. We all can wait around our entire lives and it'll never happen if we're just playing the waiting game, saying, oh, hoping it'll happen, or, oh, I'll feel good once it happens. No, we have to start feeling good right now. Otherwise, it will never happen. Sorry to say. That's just the straight up juice of it. All right. Your subconscious gives form to your desires only when you feel your wish fulfilled. Okay. We already are talking about that. So the unconsciousness of sleep is the normal state of the subconscious. That's where the subconscious lives. That's where the subconscious breathes and exists. It's in that drowsy, sleepy state akin to sleep and when you are sleeping. So because all things come from within yourself and your conception of yourself determines that which comes, you should always feel the wish fulfilled before you drop off into sleep. So, like I said, if you're sitting there laying in bed and you're worried about the problems of tomorrow, or you're upset with the way that your day went, or stressed about it, you're stressed about something and you're freaking yourself out and you're feeling negative feelings, the last thing you want to do is go to sleep in those feelings. And I get it, because a lot of us, I think, try to escape into sleep because that's where we can kind of like reset, and then we wake up feeling a little bit better. But then those thoughts and those feelings that we had right before we went to sleep, boom, they're right back, right where they left off, right when you wake back up in the morning. So don't let yourself do that. Do not let yourself. It's just a simple tool that you can apply right now, tonight. If you're watching this, you can decide that I'm not going to let myself go to sleep until at least I feel a neutral state of being, a neutral state of consciousness, so that I'm not bringing any of my crap from today or my past or what I worry about the future with me into the subconscious, because that's only going to impress it into your subconscious. And then you're going to be impressing things, because the subconscious is unconditional. You're going to be impressing it with things that you don't prefer, and then you're going to continue to this loop in the cycle of things that you don't prefer instead of the things that you do prefer. And the things that you do prefer can happen if you just allow yourself to feel the wish fulfilled right now. You never draw out of sleep, or sorry, you never draw out of the deep of yourself that which you want. You always draw that which you are. So again, present, not which, because that implies that you don't have it. If you're saying that you still want it, that means that implies that you don't have it. So you have to get to the place where you absolutely feel like you have it and it exists, and you're convinced of that, and you're convicted by that. You always draw that which you are, and you are that which you feel yourself to be, as well as that which you feel as true of others. So if you have friends, if you have colleagues, if you have parents, aunts, uncles, whatever, that you're not enjoying the way they've been treating you or the interactions that you've been having with them, then you also need to apply this with them as well. If you're having, negative pictures about somebody who's just been pissing you off lately, or that you feel like you just haven't been able to get along with lately, you have to just kind of neutralize that by assuming that that situation is already done. So this has to do with people, not just things, and not just with you becoming yourself. It has to do with everything in your reality. You feel yourself to be as yes. So to be realized then, the wish must be resolved into the feeling of being or having or witnessing the state sought. This is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The feeling which comes in response to the question, how would I feel were my wish realized? How would I feel if, for your example, Morgumi, if you had your soulmate back now? How would you feel if you were already back with her, if you were already living, if you had a vacation planned, a wedding planned, anything planned? How would that feel? How would you feel about that right now? And assume that that is real, and start assuming that right now. And that's how we allow it to do. So how would I feel were my wish realized is the feeling which should be monopolized and immobilize your attention as you relax into sleep. You must be in the consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or to have before you drop off to sleep. Once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. His entire slumber is dominated by his last waking concept of self. So if you're feeling bad about yourself, if you're upset about a mistake that you made or a wrong that somebody accused you of doing, and you're feeling negative about that, and you're beating up on yourself about that, then that's only doing a disservice to yourself. If you have the choice to think a better thought, to feel a better thought, to put a spin on a circumstance that you didn't like, that you didn't appreciate, that didn't feel good at the time, that you had a knee-jerk response to, that triggered you in some way, just know that there is always a good reason for that happening. It's always a reflection from the outside world to awaken you to a concept of yourself, or a concept that you have about reality, or a person or a situation that you have heretofore been unconscious of, or you have been repressing. So it's always just an opportunity when negative circumstances come up, when something quote unquote bad happens to you. it's always an opportunity to reflect on that and see the good in it and ask the question, why did this happen? What is this actually showing me? And how can I use this positively? Because we always have in any situation, because every situation and everything in this world is neutral. We give meaning to everything. That's why we're here. That's why we are God in creation itself, is because we have the power to give meaning to everything, because there's no built-in meaning to anything. It's all neutral. So we are God, we are the boss, we are in charge of what we decide to describe and ascribe to any situation, ourselves, others, situation of the world, whatever it may be. We have that power. It's not something outside of us. It's not something we have to wait around to have permission to do, or confirmation from our friends or our families or our teachers or whoever. We can decide it right now. And that's how we take control of our reality. That's how we take control of our vibrations, so that we can continually express it out into the world and be and share the gifts that we are meant and came here to be and share. So boom, take it or leave it. These are all offerings, by the way. I'm not trying to preach at you. I just say it passionately because it resonates so strongly with me. I've applied it. It works. And so I want it to happen for you too, my friends, because you deserve it. You're worthy of it. And there's no more waiting. There's no more fence sitting. It's time for us to express ourselves in this world. The world needs our voice. The world needs our gifts more than ever right now. So that's what this book is about. It's about being ourselves. That's what my channel is about. That is what I'm about, is raising our vibrations so that we can be living examples to all the rest of the people who witness us, what it's like to actually truly feel and be in the wish fulfilled, truly be leaders by example, loving ourselves, loving others, and having the right perspective on circumstances, because circumstances don't matter. Only our state of being matters. And as long as we're in the eye of that storm, we can watch everything going on around us and not be tripped up by it, not be worried about it, not be fearful about it, because we know that we are in control, because we are God. There are not outside forces that have control outside of what we are experiencing in our own lives. Okay. His entire slumber is dominated by the last waking concept of self. It follows, therefore, that he should always assume the feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction before he retires in sleep. And here's a quote from the Bible: "Come before me with singing and thanksgiving. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise." So always be praising yourself, always be thankful, always find a way to be appreciative and grateful for the life that you have, for who you are, the fact that you're alive and breathing. There's so much that we take for granted. I don't have to tell you all of that, but to find ourselves in a place where we can have a rampage of appreciation about our life and take that into sleep, even if we're not using it in an imaginative act, just take into the sleep the satisfaction and the joy that we are creators, that we are alive, and that we have the power to live in whatever way that we want to live. So cheers to that. If you guys are here right now, pull yourself up a cozy chair, a cozy snuggie blanket, grab yourself a drink, and just relax. I just want these to be a relaxing place. You know, talk to me in the chat. Let me know, like, as we're talking about this, like if you have any questions about anything, if you have any feelings about anything that's going on, like, just let me know. Uh, how things are feeling. This is an open conversation. If you have questions, if you have comments or anything, just put it in the chat. This is a judge-free zone. That's what I really want it to be. And there's no right or wrong thing to say. Let's just engage. Let me know who you are. If you're watching this, if you have questions about me, questions about anything else, if you just want to make a statement about anything or just introduce yourself, let's do so, because I'm creating this movement with this channel. And, I have it described in my YouTube bio that I'm an ambassador for the new earth, and that's what I truly want to do and be for all of you guys, not as someone who knows it all or that is better than anybody else or more wise or anything, but just has my own perspective to share and my own passions to share. And if they help just one of you, then I've done my job and I feel satisfied and accomplished with that. So let's keep going. Your mood. All right, mood now. Your mood prior to sleep defines your state of consciousness as you enter into the presence of your everlasting lover, the subconscious. Oh, the subconscious. Because the subconscious is female. Again, I'm just going to keep reminding you. She sees you exactly as you feel yourself to be. If as you prepare for sleep, you assume and maintain the consciousness of success by feeling I am successful, then you must be successful. For that is truly law. That is truly the law of the universe. That is truly the law of assumption. You are what you know yourself to be. And even if it doesn't outpicture itself in your world right away, right immediately, once you feel those feelings of like being fulfilled, or when you have felt like the gratitude and appreciation of whatever you want to manifest in your life, whatever you want to have, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to express, even if you're feeling that and you don't see the immediate outpicturing of that or reflection of that in the universe, that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. There's a gestation period. We live in a time-space reality where we have the experience of time, even though time isn't real. It's just an illusion, but it's a real experience that we have as humans. So there is that gestation period between when we are feeling the wish fulfilled and actually seeing that wish fulfilled physically, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it in our outside reality. It doesn't mean that we're doing something wrong just because it doesn't pop up right away, which sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. It depends on everybody. Again, I say this every time, but human baby takes 9 months to create. A horse takes 12 months. An elephant takes like almost 2 years. A lamb takes 5 months. So every little manifestation has a different space of time, and depending on who you are and where you are in life and how you're doing with your process of manifesting and letting go of belief systems that no longer serve you and living in the wish fulfilled will determine how long it takes. But you don't have to judge for it. Don't look for it. It's going to happen in a time known unto itself. Elephants take 2 years. Geez, they don't get bored in there. Dude, I know, right? Like, I just found that out the other day. I'm like, there's like, elephant is like 2 years, or like just less than 2 freaking years, man. Yeah, it's insane. But I guess not. They're just having their happy little elephant life, and they're eating peanuts and stuff, and then they just pop out and they can walk right away. I guess that's why they can walk right away. They've been in there practicing, stomping around their mother's stomach. I don't know. All right. All right, here we go. So, lie flat on your back. My beer just got here from DoorDash. So actually, cheers right now. Let's go, man. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Appreciate it, man. You're DoorDash and beer? That's pretty cool. I wish I had that right here, right now. When I used to live in New York City, I never DoorDash booze once, I don't think. I mean, yeah, no shame in it, man. I used to DoorDash like the simplest things like ice cream or a candy bar sometimes. I just wouldn't feel like going anywhere. So if you got it, I would use it. So heck yeah, man. Cheers. I'm glad. Crack it open and hope it's nice and cold for you. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, so he's saying lie flat on your back with your head on level with your body. Feel as you would were you in possession of your wish, and quietly relax into unconsciousness. So just get into that state akin to sleep, right? As you're about to go into sleep, but don't fall to sleep quite yet. You want to maintain that drowsy state that you have right before you go to sleep as long as you possibly can. And that's the perfect time where you're looping just a simple imaginative act that you have created that you feel like gives you the strongest feeling when you experience it in your mind. It's a simple thing, like 1 to 2 or 3 tops little actions, no more than like 10 or 15 words tops. You want to just be able to easily loop it over and over and over until it just lulls you to sleep. It's like your own little lullaby. And then that is the perfect time to just sit there, relax, and that's when you are impregnating the subconscious with your future children, your future manifestations to be outbirthed, outpictured in the universe. So this is like sex ed on a whole new subconscious level. So the subconscious never sleeps. Wait, did I pay? Okay, yeah. Oh, I missed the quote. So this is from the Bible as well. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Nevertheless, he giveth his beloved sleep. The subconscious never sleeps. Sleep is the door through which the conscious, waking mind passes to be creatively joined to the subconscious. Sleep conceals the creative act of making love, baby, while the objective world reveals it. In sleep, man impresses the subconscious. In sleep, man impresses the subconscious with his conception of himself. So as you feel, so shall it be, so shall it be out pictured out there. So what more beautiful description of this romance of the conscious and subconscious is there than that told in the Song of Solomon from the Bible? Here it is. By night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I found him I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him and I not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. Pretty cool. Preparing to sleep, you feel yourself into that state of the answered wish and then relax into unconsciousness. Your realized wish is he whom you seek. So your realized wish is he whom you are seeking. Just like when in that quote from Solomon, if you seek who your soul loveth, if you seek who you know that you are in your heart of hearts, and you know what you can have and what you can become and what you can express, then that is what you want to hold tight, because that's your soul's expression, and you will conceive that and allow that to be in your mother's house. Conceptually, this is a lot of stuff here, but yeah, we'll just keep going. I won't get too stuck in all that kind of thing. Your realized wish is he whom you seek. By night on your bed, you seek the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that you may take it with you into the chamber of her that conceived you, into sleep or the subconscious which gave you form, that this wish also may be given expression. This is the way to discover and conduct your wishes into the subconscious. Feel yourself in the state of the realized wish and quietly drop off into sleep. So keep looping that imaginative act that makes you feel the most. Or if nothing more, just make sure that you're in a neutral place, or you're feeling positive about yourself. You are praising yourself. You are appreciating your life and what's currently going on and what you've lived up until this point, and you're looking forward to what is to come, because anything is possible when you live in this way and you act in the wish fulfilled. Because again, it's all already here. There's no out there. There's no bringing something here. We're just shifting to what's already here in the world. We're just literally shifting to what already exists within us, as us, and to different version of ourselves that is already doing the things that we've always wanted to do, that already has the things that we've always wanted to have. That's all we're doing here. And we just keep doing that. We keep perpetuating that. We keep impressing the subconscious over and over until we get really, really good at it. And then we're just realizing that we're always doing this all the time. So like these strategies and like this knowledge is great to just bring us to awareness that we're actually doing this all the time. Everything that's going on in your life right now, you manifested that in all of these exact ways. You were consciously aware of a thought, whether it was positive or negative. You impressed it into the subconscious mind while right before you go to sleep, or just by continuously thinking it over and over throughout your day. And then the subconscious, because it's no respecter of man, it is unconditional and will outpicture anything that you give it, will give birth to that, whatever it is. So we're always doing this process all the time. So this is all just us becoming aware of what we can do to be more aware of what we're already doing, so that we can do it with purpose and not just be like living and waiting for things to change on the outside, or waiting for someone to give us permission to change, or permission to live in a certain way, or permission to embody ourselves in the way that we've always wanted to be embodied. We don't need permission from people anymore. We are literally the creator. We are literally God. We have all the permission that we need from ourselves, man. All we got to do is line up with it ourselves. All right. So that's why I appreciate this, man. Cause like this gets me on just like rampages, being able to share this with you guys. And just thank you for, being in the chat. Again, if you're here, just say what's up in the chat. If you have any questions, comments, if you have something completely unrelated you want to talk about, we could do that. I don't have to stick to this script the whole time. I'm just, riffing off of and sharing with you, because Neville Goddard, he talks in very philosophical kind of crazy, it's hard to interpret right away. You read it and you're like, what did he just say? So it's just me. I'm just kind of giving you the spark notes, basically a little cheat sheet, and what is actually being said. A real life person, not just a book and words, but a real life person giving you what is contained in this book and what I've applied in my life and what I'm continuing to apply. I'm not your guru. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I am. You are all doing as well as I am in so many different ways. And there's no me being higher than you or you lower or vice versa. We're all the same. We're all going through this life the same. We have different gifts to share, and this is just mine to share. So I really appreciate everybody who stopped by tonight and who is with me so far. I guess we've been going wow, nice 40 minutes. Cheers to the first 40 minutes. That's pretty good. I usually do about 45 to 50 minutes, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get to the hour mark tonight. We'll see. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the vibes from you guys tonight. I definitely feel like this is the most energy that has been in these live streams so far. This is number 5, so I just appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you jump over to my YouTube channel and check out the videos there. There's a lot of value. I can take you out in nature. I describe a lot of what's contained in here, but just in different ways, with different messages, with different words, with different expressive feelings that I have in the moment when I'm out in nature. But I get to take you out in nature with me. So it's really cool. You'll get to see just, more than just me sitting here with you in the computer. You'll get to see a lot more of what's going on. And I just love being in nature, sharing it with you guys. So yeah, go me. I'm just looking forward to developing the faith in manifesting, because if we're just going by ordinary 3D logic, my relationship is toast. Well, you're damn straight, man. I mean, the fact that you realize that and can actually say that, and you're brave enough to say that in the chat right now, man, like, I honor you for that. Like, that's a strong place to be, because it's true. We have to be like so self-convicted in the fact that we know that the laws of the universe, they're in place, and they're laws. They're going to happen. They're going to respond to us whether we like it or not, but we're trying to our best, and we're not even trying. We are doing on this channel. We are applying these things in a way that we are creating our own realities consciously. So the fact that you're aware of that is much further along than many people will say. Many people can look at this and just say, oh, it's BS. If I can't see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, then I'm not going to believe it. I need it to be shown to me first in the world, or I'm not going to believe it. Well, that's why they get stuck in the cycle of perpetually creating things in their life over and over and over that they don't prefer. Or if they're already good at this and they don't even have to know these things, they're perpetually creating things that they do prefer, and not even knowing that they're applying these laws that we're talking about right now. There's some people who just, it happens, and you wonder, like, what does that person do, or why are they so lucky? Well, they're just choosing to be grateful. They're choosing to be passionate and express themselves unconditionally, despite any fear that might come up about judgment or scrutiny of others. It doesn't matter. We're all in our own realities. None of their opinions of us have anything to do with us. It has everything to do with them. It's always them projecting their own insecurities, trying to keep us small, because we are being living examples and leaders of what it's like to actually live a life of purpose. And that makes them insecure, and that makes them want to back off. And that makes them want to put people like us down who are actually applying these things. So again, if you're aware of it, it's just like with the 12-step program. You got to first be able to say, like, hey, I'm an alcoholic or whatever, right? We have to be able to say that, yeah, if you're stuck in the 3D logic of just what's manifested, and you're just waiting for the outside to change in order for you to feel better, waiting for the outside to change for you to change, then you're just going to be waiting your whole life, and it's going to suck. So very good point, and very wise. And thank you for bringing that up, because that brought out a very good, some very good words. All right, so yes, here we are. Where were we? Okay, this is the way to discover and conduct your wishes into the subconscious. Feel yourself in the state of the realized wish and quietly drop off into sleep. Night after night, you should assume the feeling of being and having and witnessing that which you seek to be, possess, and see manifested. Never go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied. Never sleep in the consciousness of failure. Your subconscious, whose natural state is sleep, sees you as you believe yourself to be, and is unconditional, and will outpicture it no matter what. Good, bad, it doesn't matter. So there's no punishment. Like when we see a negative thing in our life or whatever, that's not punishment. That is just you've been impressing the subconscious with something that you don't prefer, and it's outpicturing it because it's unconditional. It loves you unconditionally, just like God loves you unconditionally. It's an unconditional mechanism. And so we just got to be aware of that. So your subconscious, whose natural state of sleep, sees you and believes yourself to be, and whether it is good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. Good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. As you feel, so do you impress her, so do you impregnate her. And she, the perfect lover, who does not want to change you, does not want to change your mind, and won't change your mind. Because the consciousness, again, the conscious mind is that male version. So the female subconscious is not going to try and change the conscious mind, the male's mind, and it's not going to try and convince it of anything. A better way, nothing. We are the boss, we are the creator. And that's why we have to meld consciousness all together, the subconscious, the conscious, and even the unconscious, blended all together into one. So, as you feel, yes. Okay. So, this quote, Bible, "Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot in thee," is the attitude of mind to adopt before dropping off into sleep. Disregard appearances and feel that things are as you wish them to be. For he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and then the unseen becomes seen. You've heard that one before. That's a Bible quote. I'll say it again. He calleth things that are not seen as though they were already seen, and the unseen becomes seen. So you act as if you already have, and you act as if you already are that which you want to be and become. I got to run, but I'm glad I ran into your channel tonight. I'll see you on the next live stream. Cheers again. Cheers, man. Yeah, enjoy that DoorDash beer, and thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you so much for chatting in, and we'll see you in the next one. We do these Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you want to just jump over and hit the subscribe button, that would mean a lot to me. And check out some of those videos, and we'll just continue to stay in touch. So cheers. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're almost done here. I'm just probably going to read a couple more of these. It's been great. We're already at 47 minutes. It's been awesome. So if there's any last things that you want to get in the chat, last questions, you just want to say what's up, just let me know that you've been here or whatever. Get them in the chat right now, and we'll respond, and we'll keep going if you guys want to keep chatting in. So yeah, he calleth that is not, as if it's seen, and then it becomes seen. It's just so powerful. The Bible said it the whole time, and that's why I love Neville Goddard, because he interprets the Bible in a way that many people do not, and they just read it on the surface level. They see it as a script of what has already, or they take it literally when it's meant to be taken more symbolically. And I got to find the right expression that Neville says, but we'll get into that another night. So to assume the feeling of satisfaction is to call conditions into being which will mirror satisfaction. Signs follow, they do not precede. I think that's a good place to kind of just drop off right now. The signs, they follow, and they do not precede. So again, if you're waiting your entire life and you're waiting around for things to change on your outside, for you to be allowed to feel like you can change, then you're going to be sitting around waiting your entire life, and you're going to be looking at life just pass you by, because you're going to continually perpetuate what you've already manifested. You're going to continually outpicture belief systems and thought forms that you've already been thinking, that you've already been believing, and continue to manifest those over and over and over again. And you're going to start developing negative belief systems like God doesn't want me, God doesn't love me, God doesn't exist. God is punishing me. I'm doing something wrong. So now that I'm doing something wrong, the result of that is I'm getting a negative scenario in my life. That's not how it works. The only reason things are happening that you don't prefer in your life is because you are continually thinking thoughts and continuing to buy into belief systems that do not serve you, that do not serve the you that you are meant to be and express, and the you that you want to manifest, and the things that you want to manifest in your life. That is the only reason. There is no punishment. There is no God sending us to hell, or God punishing us because we've done something wrong, or we've made a mistake, or anything like that. That does not exist. That is old energy that we need to start to let go of. And if you're having trouble with that, have grace with yourself. I grew up as a very devout Catholic, doing everything from baptism to catechisms to First Holy Communion, going to confession weekly, feeling guilty about my sins, going to church weekly, going to all the extra church services, confirmation, everything. I was an altar boy. I was deep, deep, deep into religion, guys. And I'm not saying that like all religion is wrong or bad, that you can't take anything good from religion, but there's just a lot of old energy that keeps us small, that keeps us down, that keeps our authentic selves buried in guilt and shame. Because guilt and shame are the main things, and fear, that will keep us from being and expressing, being and doing the things that we want to be and do and express in our lives. And that's just because we're afraid that, oh, we're going to sin, or we're going to do something bad, or something that religion or the church deems as sinful, and therefore we'll be punished, or therefore we won't be blessed and we won't be able to achieve what we want to achieve. None of that is actually real. That's why taking this apart and taking apart the Bible in a way that is not literal, but is actually symbolical, is a much more fruitful way to look at it. And that's why I'm so passionate about expressing it, and expressing what I've learned from Neville Goddard, and continuing to learn from it myself. And as I continue to express it to you guys, I learn more and more and more, and I feel more and more excited and blessed to share this with you guys and share the videos that I continue to share. I am a channeler as well. If you've heard of channeling, there's going to be channeled sessions. I could probably start channeling in these live streams every once in a while too, as it grows. Maybe you guys can eventually put your questions in, and somehow I can figure out a way to channel that, or have a moderator that can read it to me while we're doing it. Anyways, that's a side note. But thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate these hangouts, just being able to relax and be unconditional with each other, and be vulnerable with each other and express what we're going through, our ups or downs, our triumphs, our tribulations, everything, every part of it. There's no right or wrong. And we're all doing our best. We're not trying, we're all doing our best. And we have to have grace with ourselves, and just make sure that when you're about to go to sleep, that you are feeling that you feel fulfilled. You're not feeling negative about yourself. You're not beating up on yourself. You're not dreading what's to come tomorrow. You're not upset about what happened today. Find a way to drift off into that sleep with joy and laughter and peace and love for yourself. And then impress the subconscious mind with imaginative acts that you want to, and that make you feel something. Because the more that you feel, again, feeling is the secret. So I love you guys very much. Thank you so much. Hit that like button, subscribe, especially in these beginning times of my channel. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much. Share this with people that you want. And again, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, are these live streams. Bring your questions. Get your Neville Goddard books out. Bring your Bible. Get yourself a drink and a nice blanket, and we'll just sit here and enjoy an evening with each other. And yeah, so thank you. My unconditional love to all of you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next stream and in the next videos to come. Thank you so much. Peace out, guys. Thank you.